My grandfather said last time when we went out for recreational fishing and if there's a thunderstorm, right, one of them will be a task to strip down because the sirens, right, of the sea are women, and then they will be happy when they see, yeah, and then so
Like how far down?
Naked lah.
All the way?
Yeah. That's what strip down means.
Yeah, okay, fine. The sirens are gonna go.
This is the food that basically reminds me so much of home. You know, my mum would always tell the most interesting stories about Pulau Semakau over meals, over a bowl of asam pedas or sotong hitam, right? I'm sure you guys know what they are, so I'll leave it to you on how you want to eat it. My mum's sambal belacan is spicy, just so you know.
more.
Yes.
What? No!
Oh, because you say it's spicy.
You're going to
No,
lose
it's
the
not. I think
flavour
it's
of
enough.
the...
Yeah, you think it's enough. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
It's very comforting.
Because it's interesting that you have all these three different flavors coming together and it's just nice.
One, do you mind introducing yourself?
I would consider myself a descendant from Pulau Ubin because my mom was born and raised on the island.
How about you, Izyan?
So my mom came from Pulau Brani. Like if you actually go to Sentosa, you'll pass by Pulau Brani.
And for yourself?
My grandparents were from, and also my mum, were from Pulau Semakau. Used to live there up till 1977. And now Pulau Semakau is a landfill, so that makes me a little bit sad.
Pulau Semakau is a landfill, but like for Pulau Brani, it's completely out of bounds. You know? Yeah.
Are we collectively sad while eating?
Yeah, we
Okay.
are.
The kind of connection, right, within the island community is very strong. You know?
Yes, very
You know?
strong.
Because in the mainland, you don't really have people that like are so excited about their own community. Like we are living in our own HDB estates, but still like that sense of community, if I were to compare it to like those who live on the islands, I don't sense it.
The Orang Laut culture is almost non-existent now, and there's this term Orang Pulau, which I think in a way is negative in the Malay community.
Like, ala, dia orang pulau. Yeah.
Your Orang Pulau means you're lesser, and I don't know where this misconception comes from, but my mum is actually one of the hardest workers. In the morning, she has to go to school, yeah, and after school, she has to go fish and cook for the entire family of about 9 other siblings. You know, I think if I were to be placed in an island right now, will I be able to survive? I don't think so.
I don't think
so.
A lot of people have been talking about Pulau Ubin. They always share about, oh, Pulau Ubin, you want to go cycling? We go Pulau Ubin. You want to see wild boar? We go Pulau Ubin. What about the community? What about the people there? Are they not as important as the monkeys and wild boars there?
No one really knows Brani. Like you walk past it 1,000 times on the way to Sentosa, but so what? It's just Brani Terminal or like Coast Guard, that kind of thing, right?
Pulau Semakau and Pulau Seking have been conjoined to create this one huge landfill, right? But there's more than to just that landfill.
For Pulau Brani, it's completely out of bounds. You know, I've not been able to go there at all.
To compare Ubin to like all the other islands, a lot of people say that we should be fortunate enough because the kampungs are still there. But honestly, from the eyes of those who used to be from that community, right, you just feel like this was our home. We can still come back, but it hurts them more to come back to the island, to see that their house is destroyed and built back in the area is nothing. So it's literally just nature reclaiming itself.
When I was doing this Pulau Memories of Pulau Brani project, this gentleman, he took the microphone during one of our seminars and he said this. Sekarang, kalau saya keluar balcony, saya jatuh mati. Tapi dulu kalau kat Pulau Brani, saya keluar tingkap, masuk dalam air, boleh berenang. That was his expression about the move to the mainland, the frustrations that he felt. And I felt it with him because it would be so wonderful to actually experience the idea of like just jumping out the window and, you know, swimming.
If only we could just see the house we built and maybe, you know, for my mom and I, we just come back, just experience the literal kampung life again. I think that's just something that my mom and relatives have always been yearning for.
I want to visit the island and stand at the highest peak and just turn here and say, this is Telok Saga, here, this is Masak Timah, here is Kampung Spedo, and then, you know, here is Kampung Selat Seke. The kind of thing, I just want to be able to like take it all in.
I want to be able to, at this age and at this point, learn the many skills of an Orang Laut from my grandfather himself. He was an expert fisherman. He knows how to catch ikan sagai expertly with just a fishing line, things like that. The many skills he has passed down to his children, I would love to learn it from himself.
It's really about knowing your own roots, because then you know your own self. It shapes the way we carry ourselves. Even simple things like the food that we eat. Why are we eating these dishes? Why is your family eating a different set of dishes, even though we're all Malays?
Exactly.
Some of the people have joked to me before when I was doing my work in One Sobe Journal. They say, "Wan, I think you're in the wrong generation. Now kampungs no longer exist. Why are you talking about kampungs like as though they're around?" But to me, a kampung, a simpler life, it could be difficult, but it shaped us to become who we are. It taught us to be grateful for the things we have, including our food. It taught us about hardship. It taught us about the importance of being in a community that takes care of each other. It's literally your life. So you should care about it with your life. What we are still blessed with is that the people who used to live in the kampungs are still around.
We have the food that still binds us together and our stories.
I think I will always continue to talk about Pulau Brani. Just ensure that my future generations and anyone who are the ancestors, the descendants of former islanders, to continue talking about it. And I hope that curiosity remains for the next 10 years, and that I will hopefully be around to continue to talk about it.
We cannot force someone to care, but we could try our best to actually be present and also have a foothold in Singapore's history.